Coming up, we have your November 2020 Las Vegas real estate market update.
Hi everyone, I'm Steve.
And I'm Kristen.
We are the Thomas Group with Love Local Real Estate, your Las Vegas and Henderson realtors, here to bring you your November 2020 Las Vegas real estate market update from the gorgeous Valley of Fire.
Look at this. So beautiful.
It is absolutely stunning here. We know a lot of you that are maybe tuning in for the first time. You're coming here to get all of the real estate info. We're going to give it to you shortly. Every single month, Kristen and I, we like to travel to a different part of the valley outside of Las Vegas and Henderson and just show you something a little bit different. Someplace that you can travel to, someplace you can go camping, explore and see something a little different. And Valley of Fire is not to be missed. From our house in Henderson, it was just about an hour drive. If you live, in North Las Vegas, it's only like 40-minute shot here.
Yeah, and there's hiking trails. This is actually our favorite place to camp. You can get little secluded camping spots like right up against, the Red Rock. Beautiful.
The Valley of Fire got its name. Let me see if you know this. Do you know why it's called the Valley of Fire?
It's red?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all sandstone. During certain times of the day when the sun's shining on it looks like it's on fire. So it's a remarkable place. You've definitely got to come in and check it out. If you like camping and hiking and outdoor activities. And there's loads of little spots out here where you can find some of the best petroglyphs in the whole of Nevada.
Yeah.
So if you like a little bit of history and stuff as well, definitely come and check out the Valley of Fire.
In today's market update, we're going to be discussing the explosion of the luxury market in Las Vegas, our continuing influx of residents, the effect of mortgage forbearance, and what kind of we see happening in the future with distressed sales.
So should we get into the numbers?
Yes, so let's start with the statistics like we always do. And you know what? It's been more of the same, and that same is it's been a hot market, and we are carrying on through the end of the year, which we knew we would. I mean, we're just seeing this demand. We're having extremely high demand, extremely low inventory, and that in turn, is putting an upward pressure on the prices. So let's look at the actual statistics. The median sales price of single-family homes last month was $340,200. That's up 0.9% from last month, which is still a significant increase in 1 month, up 10.8% from the same time last year.
Now, that for me is another big number, because when you look at this time of year, typically the market started cooling down. Right. It's like a freight train. Right. There's no stopping it, and the freight train's coming from where?
California.
Yeah.
Come on over, you
California,
guys.
Michigan,
New York,
Illinois.
Florida.
Yeah, I mean, literally all over the place. But California, we'll talk a little bit about that shortly in the numbers. But they're definitely making the market incredibly active.
Right. Yep, absolutely. So along the same lines, the number of units sold, which is our indicator of the demand, was 3,225 for single-family homes. That's down slightly, 1.4% from last month. Again, normal this time of year. You normally see a bigger slowdown than that, but it is up 11.2% from the same time last year. So our demand is hot right now for Las Vegas real estate.
Just doing a quick math in my head, because I like subtractions and percentages and fractions. That now looks like we've sold 10 houses more every single day in the month of October than we did last year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite a lot.
That's significant, for sure. New listings, there were 3,592 new listings. And this is what we keep saying, we need more new listings, but people aren't moving because where are they going to go? Now that's down 6.7% from last month, and it's up slightly 1.4% from the same time last year. Inventory, there were 4,501 single-family homes for sale last month. That is down 6.2% from the previous month and down 37.6% from the same time last year. We are hurting for inventory.
Yeah, we're hurting really, really bad. Let me tell you how bad were hurting.
Tell us, Steve.
I was at a builder's in Inspirada 2 weeks ago, and I've never seen anything like this. Like, the builders, they usually put a little car park outside, and it's got like 10 or 15 spots. This was quite a big car park, and it had about 35 spots for cars. When we pulled up into the community, the clients that I was taking around, every single spot inside of the car park was taken, and there was about 50 cars all around the community.
Whoa.
And there was a line of people waiting to get in there. I have never, in the 6 years we've been selling real estate, ever seen a line to get it. Whoa! All right, there's a wasp. So we've never seen a line, or a demand, should I say, that big or this high to move into Las Vegas.
Yeah, and not to harp on it if you do watch our previous videos, but I follow forums online and stuff, and people just don't seem to understand, like we were talking about, how strong this demand is coming in. Yes, the local Las Vegas economy is struggling, absolutely. But we are seeing so many people coming from out of state. I mean, no state income taxes, lower taxes overall, lower cost of living, better quality of life.
Political issues.
Reasons.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we are talking to people every single day, and we're hearing the same things over and over. So this cannot be ignored.
No, it certainly can't. And I know you said we've been hammering on, and we have, but the fact that people are now able to work remotely is a game changer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally a game changer. I just don't see any reason why the market's going to slow down in any time soon. I can't see one single fact. Freddie Mac released a report recently that just showed that only 5% of mortgages are in forbearance.
Wow.
Which was started off, like double that at the beginning of the pandemic. So people have, gradually able to return to work. There's just not going to be an influx of properties, like so much so that article you sent me about the builders.
Oh my goodness.
Like no one's really buying resale homes right now. None of our clients, quite honestly, just because there's not that much out there to choose from. So the builders are just slammed. And one of the builders was telling you that if we keep selling this at the same rate we are, they're not going to have any homes.
We can see it. I mean, we can see it. Like Steve said, we're doing a lot of new build sales, taking my clients in. These communities are in their closeout phase. There's 3 lots left in there. So I'm talking with the builders. Okay, what do you have coming up next? Nothing. Maybe some plans, maybe a smaller type of home. But if you're thinking about buying a new build, I'm not sure what our inventory is going to actually look like next year. It's
crazy even right now. I have a client, extremely wealthy. They were coming into town to actually get a luxury rental, because they wanted to rent here before, they decided to buy, which a lot of people do. But then I was taking them around all of the luxury rentals, and there's it's hardly anything available.
And they're not nice.
And they're not that nice for what you're paying. I mean, they had a 5-figure budget that they were spending per month, over $10,000 per month they could spend on a rental. And there was just hardly anything out there. So much so that they ended up just buying brand new, actually a model from one of the builders. If I had the type of money right now to invest in buying luxury properties and putting them on the luxury market, here's something for you if you're investors out there. I think there's a huge demand, massive demand for luxury properties, because a lot of these high net worth individuals that are coming from California, everyone wants to have a little, sample it before you spend millions and millions of dollars. A lot of people are now realizing that there's just nothing out there and they're buying.
Now, the one last thing, Steve, that I wanted to touch on for single family homes is the months of inventory. Now, if you watch our videos, 5 months of inventory is a balanced market that neither favors the seller or the buyer. We are currently in a 1.4 months of inventory, which is so heavily favoring the seller. It just keeps shrinking and shrinking and shrinking every month because the inventory cannot keep pace with demand.
Yeah, and we get people that reach out to us and say, is that true? Because I'm seeing on Zillow, prices decreasing all the time.
Yes, good point.
So
good point.
Actually, only about half of that inventory is what we call saleable. In terms of that someone is willing to write an offer and it close within 30 days. The homes that you're seeing that are having, price decreases in this market, guys, is just showing you that it's overpriced.
Yeah.
That's literally all that's happening, because there's so much demand out here. It's either overpriced or it needs a lot of work.
Yeah. You walk into it, smells like cigarettes. There's something wrong with it, I promise you.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that up. I'm getting that a lot too from my clients as well. Let's move on to condos and townhomes. The median sales price for condos and townhomes was $186,500. That was down 4.6% from the previous month. It's actually been doing this for a couple months. It goes 185, 195, 185, totally normal. So that's not actually a decrease. To prove that, it's up 9% from the same time last year. So massive, massive growth from last year still. There were 736 condos and townhomes sold. That was up 1.4% from the previous month and up 9.5% from the same time last year. Tons of demand still, driving those prices up for sure. New listings, we had 852 last month. That was down 9.9% from the previous month and up 0.5% from the same time last year.
So we got like one extra townhome went on the market.
Yeah, definitely not enough. And for inventory, we had 1,428 condos and townhomes available for sale. That was down 6.4% from last month and down 21% from the same time last year. Last thing here, Steve, the months of inventory is 1.9, down again from last year, heavily favoring the seller.
Yeah, it's a really, really wild time right now. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of more of the same happening. Again, I don't anticipate, any major increases in inventory. Actually, just tapping into that 1 second, I've been keeping a really close eye on short sales because if you don't know, a short sale is a good determining factor if you're going to start seeing foreclosures in your community, because typically a home will try and short sale before they foreclose. And since the beginning of the year, there was January, there was about 13 short sales, but there was about 13 short sales in January, and in November there was 42. Now you'll see that there was a spike in October and November, but it's so...
Yeah, I think spike, it's not even a spike.
No, it's not. It isn't really. And the graph that I was looking at, it said there was too few properties to chart meaningfully. And when you think about 42 short sales in the whole of the valley, I mean, how many single family homes did we sell last month?
Over 3,000.
Yeah, so it's literally nothing, and that's not going to change, a single thing. So.
And I was going to just say too, Steve, we do have some more distressed properties coming on the market. The market can bear it. We have some clients that, they're looking for deals right now. Deals are very few and far between. Like in the past, you get a good deal on a probate sale. Right now, we tell our clients, do not bother with a probate sale. You're going to get it for this much of a discount. It's not worth the hassle and the waiting.
6 months, 8 months, and you might not even get it.
You might not even get it.
Yep.
We have so much demand. If you are struggling, you think you're not going to have a job next year, you can sell and walk away with a really hefty profit right now. And that's going to carry on until the beginning of next year.
We've already helped people at the beginning of the year that, anticipated not being in work or not, making the same amount of money that they were. Yeah, a lot of them have already sold and have decided to rent or get something smaller.
Move back in with mom and dad.
Move back in with mom and dad. I just don't see it happening. And with interest rates as low as they are right now, I heard that the 30-year fixed, which was averaging about 2.78%, was the lowest it's been since 1971. And with the Fed anticipating keeping interest rates, that they loan between the banks, close to zero, it's not a direct effect on mortgage rates, but it has a sort of an indirect correlation that we anticipate mortgage rates actually probably staying a little bit low for the foreseeable future. Until the Fed said that they start increasing the rates, or they can see 2% inflation or rising, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to adjust it. That to me seems like we're going to continue having low interest rates, which in this market is just going to keep driving demand, pushing prices higher.
Money is cheap, and even our clients that can pay cash right now, they're not necessarily paying cash because they can make more money getting a loan, investing that cash elsewhere.
Sure can.
It's pretty wild. The luxury market is exploding, and I think this kind of ties in with, a lot of people from out of state, high wealth individuals from California coming over. We have not seen anything like this in the luxury market in years.
The luxury builders haven't.
Right. So the luxury builders are on pace to have their best year yet. They cannot keep pace with demand. Blue Heron,
Oh,
Christopher View.
Sorry to interrupt. Can I just talk about Blue Heron 1 second?
Yes,
because this is really important. So Blue Heron out here are a small family builders. They build what they call Las Vegas modern homes. They usually start at $1 million plus. Kristen and I went to tour a new community out in Las Vegas that they've been building, and they'd only just finished the show home, and they'd sold all of the lots in the community without a show home. And I just, my mind was blown because I got to see a house before I buy it. Like when we bought ours, we must have been in it like 20 times.
I think we did.
Just to make sure it was right. Yeah, anyway, so that blew my mind that people were spending multiple millions of dollars without even seeing a place. And I said to them, how do they do it? And they told me that they had like a virtual reality system.
Yeah, you can do a virtual reality tour.
Put your glasses on.
We thought he was joking.
Yeah, no, they were totally serious.
Yeah.
And you can like walk around the house. It's just got drywall in, and you put your kitchen in through the, it's totally crazy. But sorry to interrupt with that. It just shows to me that the luxury community and demand for that type of property is through the roof.
Same with Mesa Ridge by Toll Brothers, which is one of our favorite communities right now. You guys, it's gorgeous. They are selling out before the models are even finished sometimes. So it's wild, the demand here for it.
Yeah, absolutely. When you think about like the prices, like California, let's take for example, when you and I were in Malibu a couple of weeks ago, and Kristen and I rented a condo. It was right on the ocean, but it was like 600 square foot. And we looked at the price, it was 1.2 million. And 1.2 million, you can get a mansion out in Las Vegas. And then when you look at some of those more expensive properties, 5, 8, 10, 15, 20 million, you can buy the most expensive house in the valley and still walk away with some money in your pocket in comparison to what you can get in California. Vegas and Henderson is kind of being a little well-kept secret almost. People think of Las Vegas as like the strip and casino and gambling and everything else in Sin City.
I love seeing clients' faces when they're driving around and
they see it so clean.
Yeah, how nice the suburbs are and the houses that you can get. And
not just that, it's like this backdrop that's behind us.
Oh, it never gets old.
It never gets old. And Kristen and I are always talking about how it feels like to us like we're in like a movie set. And a lot of people say the same thing. This is one of those things that you've got to be here to experience. You know, looking at it on a video or pictures or what, it doesn't really do it any justice. We think that the more people that keep coming into Las Vegas and Henderson, the more people are going to gravitating towards it. That's where I anticipate the prices going. We hope you enjoyed our November 2020 Las Vegas real estate market update. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments. For those of you that have reached out to us, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. For those of you that are, still thinking about moving into town, we'd love to help you also. Please visit our website, thethomasgrouplv.com. You can find all of our information on there. And again, please, if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, we'd love it when you do so. And if you give our videos a thumbs up, it just helps YouTube share it with more people. But for now, hope you're all well. Thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.